This is KWRM, Corona, California, 1370 AM radio.
It's time for Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball. Brought to you by Vineyard Bank, Pepsi, Laughlin's Convention and Visitors Bureau, Allstate Insurance, Carl Buddick, Galliano Winery, California Department of Conservation, Red Roof Inn, Fast Frame, Southern California Housing, and by Yellow Book USA. KWRM 1370 is the radio home to the California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. This is Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball. This evening from Stockton, it's Billy Huber Field, the site of the three-game series and the site of tonight's final game of this series. The Quakes wrapping up, and they're over the halfway point on this road trip. Game 6 of the 10-game road trip will be taking place here in just a moment. The Quakes coming into the ball game with a record of 19-22. The Stockton Ports with a record of 19-24. The Quakes are looking to avoid a three-game streak. The ball club has lost 4 in a row. That's the longest losing streak of the year for the Quakes. And tonight they'll send out left-hander Joe Saunders, who pitched on Tuesday night in Modesto and got the Quakes started on the right foot in this on this road trip. Joe Saunders of Modesto. Joe Saunders pitched in Modesto on Tuesday night and did a fantastic job, and he'll look to repeat that same type of performance that he had against the Modesto Athletics, and, of course, the same type of game result for the Quakes. The Quakes, as mentioned, dropped 4 in a row now. Last night's ball game, 10-6. There was a scoring decision after the ball game that was changed, and the Quakes ended up committing 5 errors instead of 6. Albeit not a good night in the field for the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. They lost the ball game 10-6. They had a closed-door meeting following the game, and that was a private team meeting before they showered up and got on the bus to head back to the hotel. But it does not need to be said in terms of the fact that or how pleased the coaching staff was with the ball club's performance last night. The Quakes had a lead in the ball game at 5-2 and lost it in the bottom of the 6th. 2 runs to the Stockton Ports, 2 unearned runs in the bottom of the 6th, and then just a horrific 6-run bottom of the 7th. The Quakes committed 6 errors and had a hard time in that ball game last night. But all that is now in the past. They turn their attention to tonight, and on the mound for the Stockton Ports will be right-hander John Hudgens. We'll take a break. The Ports have taken the field, and when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups in the first pitch for you right after this.
Galliano Winery, located at 4231 Wineville Road in Mira Loma. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines, as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376 or stop by Monday through Saturday 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Once again, call 909-685-5376.
Top of the first inning, and the Quakes will be coming to bat here as the Stockton Ports are completing their warm-up out onto the field after today's national anthem. Let's go ahead and run down the starting lineup for the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, as announced by manager Bobby Meacham. And the Quakes will be facing John Hudgens. The lineup goes like this. Reggie Willis leads off in center field. Eric Ibar is the shortstop. Ibar will hit second. David Gates hits third. He is the designated hitter. Michael Napoli, the catcher, hits cleanup. Jared Abruzzo, the first baseman, hits fifth. Greg Porter hitting sixth. He is at third base. Rancel Melgarejo will bat seventh. He'll be in right field. Jason Stockton in left field today. He'll hit eighth. C.J. Weed bats ninth and is at second base. Willis, Ibar, Gates, Napoli, Abruzzo, Porter, Melgarejo, Stockton, and Weed. Now the starting lineup for the Stockton Port, California League affiliate of the Texas Rangers. And Joe Saunders on the mound for the Quakes. He'll see this lineup today. Joaquin Arias leads off. He is the shortstop. Batting second, the designated hitter is Adam Fox. Vince Sinisi's in left field, hitting third. Nate Gold, the first baseman, hits cleanup. Anthony Webster in center field, hitting fifth. Jeremy Cleveland, the right fielder, bats sixth. Dustin Smith, the catcher, he'll hit seventh. Randall Shelley's the third baseman, hitting eighth. And Craig Range hitting ninth. He is at second base. Arias, Fox, Sinisi, Gold, Webster, Cleveland, Smith, Shelley, and Range. That's the lineup Joe Saunders will face. John Hudgens on the mound today for the Stockton Port, and Reggie Willis to lead it off. And Willis, a switch hitter, batting left-handed, comes into the ballgame hitting .265 on the year for the Quakes. Willis with a 10-game hitting streak, 3 home runs, 18 runs batted in. And Hudgens, the right-hander, peers in for the signs. He rocks and kicks. Here's the pitch. Down low to Willis. And the count is 1-0. For the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, a record of 19-22. The ball club started this road trip off at 18-18. The 1-0 pitch. Willis swings and taps it to second base. Range fields it. He throws over to first. And Willis is out number one. And that's the way this Sunday evening contest gets started here in Stockton. First pitch today coming your way right on time at 5:05. An evening start. This field hosted a college baseball game earlier this afternoon that went to the Cal State Northridge Matadors, defeating the Pacific Tigers here today by the score of 23-4. Here's Eric Ibar, first pitch swinging. He pulls it into right field and a base hit. So Willis grounds out to start the ball game, and then Eric Ibar follows with a base hit to right field. Ibar is one that likes to swing early in the count. Here's David Gates. Gates last night hit his 10th home run for the Quakes. 10 home runs, 37 RBIs. Gates batting .299 on the season. The field completely in the sunshine here, and it will be for most of the ball game on this evening start here in May. One man out, Ibar away from first. Just underway. Hudgens, the right-hander, is bent over from the stretch. Now he goes to the glove. He kicks. Here's the pitch, and it's low and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Hudgens with 1 win, no loss record and a 2.89 ERA. In 10 games, he has started 6 of them. He has saved 2 games. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Ibar away from the bag at first. Hudgens turns and throws back over there, and back safely is Ibar. He's back with a head-first slide. The count is 1-0. The Quakes, after this ball game here tonight, will will load up on the bus after the game and drive down to Lancaster. They'll arrive in Lancaster at probably around 2 o'clock in the morning. Check into the hotel, and then tomorrow start up a 4-game series with the Jethawks. 1 ball, no strikes. The runner goes. A swing and a miss. The throw down to second base. Ibar stolen it. The ball goes into center field. It gets away from the shortstop. Moving up to third base is Ibar. Well, Ibar steals the bag at second. The throw by Smith, the catcher, is low, and he will, that error allows Ibar to take third base. So stolen base, the count now 1-1 to David Gates. Jason Anaforian with you here today. John Souter, our engineer in the KWRM studios. 1-1 the count now to David Gates, and Ibar away from third here in the top of the first. Nothing, just underway. And the pitch is up high. 2 balls and a strike. Perhaps one of the lightest gatherings that the Quakes have played in front of this year here in Stockton. Very light gathering on this Sunday evening. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 man out. The pitch to the plate. Swing and a miss. And the count is 2-2. David Gates takes a couple of practice hacks outside of the box. Joe Saunders on the mound today for the Quakes. John Hudgens for the fourth. Hudgens, the right-hander from the stretch, throws. The 2-2 pitch is pulled on a line drive right to the shortstop area. He throws back to third behind Ibar, but it's not in time. Shelley covering the bag, and out on the play is Gates. 2 away, and Ibar makes it back to third safely. 2 away, here's Michael Napoli.
That's Michael Napoli.
Now, last night's Quakes loss dropped them 7 games back of Southern Division leading Inland Empire. The Inland Empire 66ers defeated Lancaster last night 8-7. And now the Quakes find themselves 7 games back in the South. They had close to within 5 prior to this losing streak. 2 men out. Here's Napoli. He takes low and away, 1-0. Actually, the Quakes had pulled to within 4. Nothing, top of the first. And the Quakes are threatening. Ibar's at third. However, there are 2 out. 1-0, the pitch. Napoli takes the called strike. And the count 1-1. Quakes 19 wins, 22 losses. The Ports 19 wins, 24 losses. Stockton is 7 games back of North Division leading Modesto. 1-1 pitch, a swing and a miss. And the count 1-2 to Napoli. Ibar from third here in the first. Hudgens, the pitcher on the mound, bends down, looks in for the sign from Smith, the catcher. 1-2 the count. Hudgens is ready. And he throws. The pitch to the plate, reach for and tap. Back up the middle. Arias charges it at short, just to the left of the second base bag. He throws over to first. In time to get Napoli. The side is retired. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and a man left on base. We head to the bottom half of the first inning. Rancho nothing, and the Ports coming to bat.
It's a whole new ballgame. Quakes baseball. The family fun and so much more. Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The excitement you've been looking for. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes.
Reserve a pregame picnic at the Epicenter for a unique group experience. After the picnic, your group of 25 or more will move to your seats to watch the game. All options include all-you-can-eat and drink, plus your game tickets. Choose from 3 great menu options. Prices start at just $15 per person.
The whole new ballgame. Quakes baseball. The family fun and so much more. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The excitement you've been looking for. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. It's a whole new ballgame.
Joe Saunders ready to go here in the bottom of the first inning. The Quakes without a run in the top of the first. And the Quakes did strand a runner on base at third base. That was Ibar. No runs, a hit for Rancho. Here come the Ports to bat in the bottom half of the first inning. Joaquin Arias to lead it off. Jason Anafoyan here tonight at Billy Heber Field, actually, here in this evening. Here's the first pitch to Joaquin Arias. First pitch to the right-hander is down low. 1 ball, no strike. Arias, the shortstop, gets back in the box with his back foot on the back line of the hitter's box. 1-1 pitch, swing, and he fouls it off to the right, up to the screen. And the count 1-1. Field completely in the sunshine. Saunders tugs at the bill of the cap. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. The windup and the pitch to the plate. Swing and a fly ball foul and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Joe Saunders this year for the Quakes with a record of 4-4 and a 4.46 ERA. Saunders is making his 9th start of the season today, and in his last start, he defeated the Modesto Athletics. Here's the windup and the 1-2 pitch outside, 2-2. Saunders will not pitch again after this start until Friday night, when the Quakes come home to take on the Lake Elsinore Storm. That's this upcoming Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The Quakes will be at home for a brief 3-game homestand. This one series. Now Saunders requesting that a Rosendag be tossed out to the mound. He was looking for one behind the mound, and they had failed to put one out. And so the bat boy for Stockton swung a Rosen back out there, and Saunders now ready to work on the mound. 2-2 to Arias. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball into left field, a base hit. Arias aboard with a single. Arias hitting .264 with 11 RBIs this year. There's a single for him, and Adam Fox will be the hitter. The game that Saunders started against the Modesto A's, the Quakes won that one, but the A's were chipping away ever so. They chipped away at the Quakes lead. First pitch to Adam Fox is outside, 1-0. The last game the Quakes won, and the Quakes jumped out in that ball game to a huge lead. In fact, it was a 6-0 lead at one point, 7-0 lead. First pitch here to Fox. The next pitch to Fox is up high, 2-0. Then Modesto came back in that ball game. They scored a couple of runs, and Saunders pitched 5 innings in that contest, giving up just 2 runs. 2-0 pitch is a called strike, and the count 2-1 to Adam Fox. 0-0, bottom of the first, and a runner at first with nobody out. 2 balls and a strike to count. Fox hitting .254 with 2 home runs, 23 RBIs. Arias breaks at first. The pitch is down low for a ball. The throw down to second base is in time, and they got him. Ibar, the shortstop, covering the bag, and Michael Napoli behind the plate throws out Arias on the base pass. One man out. Now the count 3-1 to Fox. Saunders, the left-hander, deals up high, ball 4, and he walked him. So a walk to Adam Fox, and here's Vince Panisi coming up. Quakes baseball will be with you tomorrow night live from Lancaster, a 6:30 start. 6:30 start tomorrow night in Lancaster. 1 out, runner from first. Here's the pitch to the plate, and it's taken for a strike. And the count 0-1. Fox away from the bag at first. No balls, 1 strike to count to Vince Sinisi. This guy, a year ago this time, was embarking on a College World Series run with Rice. The 0-1 pitch, low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. The baseball regionals for college baseball start next weekend. You know, Sinisi, he had himself quite a year last year with the Rice Owls. 1-1 pitch on the way, low and away. 2 balls and a strike. No score, bottom half of the first. And a runner at first and 1 man out for Stockton. Quakes play the infield at double play depth. Outfield is shaded straight away. Pitch to the plate down low. 3 balls and a strike. Saunders struggling with his control early. In left field is Jason Sugden tonight. David Gates is the designated hitter. Sugden plays straight away in left and deep. Willis now playing a tad towards left center and deep in center field. 3-1 pitch, swinging a drive up the alleyway. Right center field and deep. El Dorado getting chased, not going to get it. It one-hops the wall. He waves around third as Fox. Here comes the relay throw to the plate. It's offline. Into second base with a double, and knocking in a run as Fox scores is Adam Fox. Check that Vince Sinisi, and the Force leaded 1-0. Well, Sinisi crushed that ball where the Quakes were not playing. Willis was shaded towards left center field, and that ball hit to the left of the scoreboard in right center field. Deep right center field. Sinisi doubles home Fox. Here's Nate Gold, right-hander, takes outside. 1 ball, no strike. Saunders, the left-hander, looks in. 1-0 Stockton, last of the first. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on him. Swung on and foul back at the top of the screen. And the count, 1 ball, 1 strike to go. Sinisi away from second base. Saunders looks back. Here's the pitch. Swing and a slow tapper foul. And that one's a foul ball. In fact, Gold fouled that off of himself. It was a little bouncer that went up the third base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. The Quakes will be in Lancaster tomorrow. On the mound for the Quakes will be right-hander Steve Shell. 1-2 the count. 1 man out. Here's the pitch to the plate. Up high. And the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1-0 Stockton, top of the second inning. Saunders back up on the hill. Peers in for the sign. Gold at the plate. A look back at second. Here's the pitch. And Gold reaches for it and lifts a high fly ball. Left center field. Willis coming on. He's there to make the catch for the second out. And holding at second base is Sinisi.
How about it for the board? Center fielder, Anthony Webster.
There's Anthony Webster. Quakes baseball today on the radio is brought to you by the Laughlin Convention and Visitors Bureau. Young or old, there's a lot to do these days in Laughlin. 2 out. Webster at the plate. 1-0 Stockton leading. A look back at second. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball away from the left-hander Saunders, and the count 1 ball, no strikes. Saunders ready. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a big bouncing ball to second base. Weed comes up, gloves it, throws over to first in time to end the inning, and the side is retired. The Force pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left on base. We head to the second inning. Stockton 1, Rancho nothing.
Please leave a message.
Hi, Dad. It's me. Sorry you weren't home. I just wanted to let you know Mom and I are having a great time here in Laughlin, Nevada. We miss you a ton and can't wait to get home. But unfortunately, our tire busted. Yeah, our spare busted too. Simultaneously. simultaneously. What are the chances of that? And also, it snowed here. Yeah, it snowed like 5 feet, and all the roads are closed. I know you've heard it's the desert here, but it's one of those snowy deserts, not all beautiful and sunny like you've heard. So it looks like we'll have to stay for at least a couple more days. Don't worry, though. We'll keep playing the slots and water skiing and hiking and having dinner by the gorgeous river and going out dancing and stuff, if we have to. Okay, Dad. Bye-bye.
Young or old, there's a lot to do these days in Laughlin. So if you come, plan on staying a while. For more info, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
Here, Abruzzo will lead it off for the Quakes in the top of the second. First pitch to Abruzzo, taken for a strike, and the count 0-1. Abruzzo in the field for the first time this year. He has been the designated hitter for the Quakes in all of his previous starts. Abruzzo waits the 0-1 pitch, a swing and a high pop-up, shallow center. Webster coming in. Ring jet second going out, but it's Webster, the center fielder, taking charge of it. And he makes the catch for the first out.
How about it? Third baseman. Great.
Here's Greg Porter. Quakes looking to avoid a sweep. They have swept the series. They swept Visalia. And they have been swept in a 2-game weather-shortened series at the hands of the Lancaster Jethawks. Here's Greg Porter. First pitch is down low. 1 ball, no strikes to count. 1-0 Stockton, top of the second inning. Porter hitting .331. He has really come on strong here. 1-0 pitch. Swinging. There's a pulled shot. Out in the right field. A base hit. It's over Gold at first. Going over to field the ball is Cleveland. Porter's turning it on for second, and he will be there with a head-first slide. Cleveland had to go over to his left near the right field line to cut that ball off, and he had to cut it off pretty deep. But once he got a throw back into the infield, it was not nearly in time, and Porter is at second base with a 1-out double. So a big play there by Greg. Big hit there for Greg Porter, puts a man in scoring position. Here's Rancho Melgarejo. 1 man out, a runner from second. A look back, here's the pitch to the plate. It's outside. The count is 1-0. Quakes trail this one 1-0. One ball, no strikes to count. Melgarejo hitting .300 on the year. Here's the pitch. A called strike. And the count is 1-1. Melgarejo 27 for 90 on the year. 2 home runs, 18 RBIs. Porter away from second base. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Hudgens bent over from the stretch. Looks in for the sign. Now he goes to the glove. Paws at the letters. Here's the pitch. A little bit high. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. The Quakes, in their longest road trip of the year, this is game 6 of 10. They have 4 more in Lancaster. 2-1 to count. Away from second base is Porter. 1 man out. Hudgens pauses from the letters. It looks back at second. The pitch to the plate. Breaking ball up high. 3 balls and a strike. Quakes held a lead, only 1 lead in this series. It was 5-2 last night after 5.5 innings in the bottom half of the 6th. Stockton scored twice. Next pitch up high, ball 4. Melgarejo walked. But in the 7th inning, it was the 7th inning that saw things unravel for the Quakes. We told you there was a scoring change from last night's ball game, and it had to do with Adam Paskovich, who was not in the lineup today. And Adam Paskovich fielded a ball that started an inning. In fact, it was the final inning that Phil Wilson pitched, and it was a ground ball to second base. And the second baseman went over to scoop it up. That was Paskovich, and he had a hard time getting the ball out of his glove. Oh, he was charged with an error, but after the game, Webster, the batter, was given a hit. Sugden at the plate, first pitch swinging, fouls it off down the left field line. And the count is 0-1. to the Quakes. We had made mention last night that they made 5 errors. Well, it's not the case. They made 6 errors. They made 5 errors. It's still a high, a single game high for the Quakes this season. 0-1 pitch, swung on and foul back to the screen off the bat of Stockton, and the count is 0-2. Jason Stockton hitting .216, no home runs, 5 RBIs. Stockton is 11 for 51 so far this year. 1-0, Stockton, top of the second inning. Here's the pitch to the plate. Stockton swings and misses, and he is out on strike. 2 men out. First strikeout on the night for Hudgens. 2 away, the batter will be B.J. Weed. Away from second base is Porter. Mel Guerrero off the bag at first. 2 men out in the inning. And Hudgens is bent over from the stretch. Here's Weed, switch hitter, batting left-handed. Here's the pause by the pitcher. And the pitch to the plate. And Weed swings and with a fly ball center field. Webster over in the gap in right center. He makes the catch now, and the inning is over. For the Quakes, no runs, a hit, a walk, and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Stockton 1, Rancho nothing.
If your home team is hungry for a mealtime winner, there's nothing better than original Carl Budding. With 9 distinct flavors like smoked turkey, honey ham, and corned beef, we've got the taste and variety that never strikes out. Plus, we've got the convenience that keeps meal preparation time from going into extra innings. Look for original Carl Budding in 2.5-ounce, 8-ounce, and 1-pound sizes at your favorite grocer. That's Carl Budding, a real slice of life.
Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service.
This Quakes broadcast is brought to you in part by Monarch Pool Replastering. Turn your black lagoon into a blue lagoon. By Four Seasons Roofing. We're on top of the roofing repair world. By All-Star Games. For all of your family entertainment. By The Pier Hunter. The place where friends gather. And by Glenda Tedrow of Advantage Properties. Personal service with professional results.
Jeremy Cleveland will lead it off for Stockton. Bottom of the second inning, a 1-0 Ports lead. Joe Saunders back to the mound and deals home the first pitch is a called strike. And the count is 0-1. 1-0 Stockton here in the bottom of the second inning. Next pitch is outside to Cleveland. And the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. The Rangers do have some talent here at the Class A level. They have some guys here that have a pretty good potential to them. Next pitch to Cleveland's on the outside corner for a called strike 2. 1-2. And one of those guys is the man at the plate here, and Jeremy Cleveland. Here's Saunders to the plate. Next pitch comes low and inside. And the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looking at the Rangers, a media guide over this weekend with some of obviously the Stockton Ports players listed in it, all of them. 2-2 pitch, swung on and foul back, got out of play. Still 2-2. And the cover of their media guide is commemorating the 10th season of the ballpark in Arlington. And that beautiful ballpark, it's hard to believe that has been around 10 years now. 2-2 pitch is inside, and the count 3 balls, 2 strikes to Cleveland. 1-0, bottom of the second inning in favor of the Ports. The Ports at the plate. Here's Saunders. He winds the 3-2 pitch, swinging a ground ball to Porter at third. He scoops it up, throws high to first to Abruzzo, but it's in time to get Cleveland, and there's 1 out. Jared Abruzzo at first base today. It's his first game in the field for the Quakes. Abruzzo listed also as a catcher on the roster. He has yet to mark time behind home plate. At second base is B.J. Weed. The shortstop is Eric Ivar. And at third base, Greg Porter, he just made that play to retire Cleveland. Stockton is in left, Willis in center, and Melgarejo in right. Here's Saunders on the mound. He kicks and deals. The first pitch to Dustin Smith is taken outside, 1-0. Michael Napoli behind the plate catching today. 1-0 to count, one man out. Here's Saunders, the pitch to the plate, swing and a drive. Smith drives it to right field, but right to Rancho Melgarejo, who comes on to make the catch for the second out. 2 away, here's Randall Shelley. So Randall Shelley hit his first home run of the year last night, and that had a big impact on the ball game. A 3-run home run in the bottom of the 7th inning. And at the time, it gave Stockton a 9-5 lead. It was over the right field wall, and it was only Shelley's second hit of the season. Here's the first pitch. Shelley swings and misses, and the count is 0-1. Shelley hitting .071 on the year with one home run now, and he had 4 RBIs last night in the ballgame. All of his RBIs were also the first RBIs of the year. 0-1 pitch, to call strike, 0-2. And here's Shelley, a guy that's really had a rough go of it to start the year. 2 hits for 22 hits for his first 28 at-bats. This is just his 9th game, though, with the Port. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out. The pitch to the plate is up high, 1-2. Shelley and then Craig Ringe will be on deck. 1-2. Saunders works from the windup. He kicks the pitch, swung on and foul back to the screen. And the count remains 1-2. Saunders buried that last pitch right in on the fist of Shelley. And he was able to get a piece of it. 1-2 to count. Here's Saunders. He's ready. The 1-2 pitch is a fastball up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, Saunders throws the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball down the left field line and foul. That ball over some trees and out of the park. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. The field here at Billy Hebert Field is a little bit chewed up, especially some areas out in front of home plate and out in front of the pitcher's mound as well. 2-2 pitch on the way. Off for the inside corner, and the entire Quakes team began to walk off the field as if to think that was called third strike, but not the case. It was called a ball. 3-2. I mean, the whole infield started to walk off. 2 men out. Here's the payoff pitch. Shelley takes low and inside. Ball 4, and he walks. Saunders kept going into Shelley and eventually lost him on a walk. And here comes Craig Ringe.
Now that is the corner. Craig Ringe.
Well, with the Quakes, they trail this one 1-0. And now a 2-out walk. Shelley leads away from first. He'll be held on by Abruzzo. Here's the pitch to the plate, up and away. And the count is 1-0. Craig Ringe, I believe I said Ringe, it's Ringe. The second baseman hitting .218. He has seen limited action. 1 home run, 14 RBIs. Look over at first. He runs up, shows bunt, and actually bunts through it. And the count 1-1. Napoli behind the plate doing the catching. And with Napoli, and you look over at Abruzzo, the thing is the latest trend on the Quakes club is the shaved head look. There are probably at least a dozen guys on the team that had their heads shaved. First pitch, the next pitch to Ringe is popped up foul from the right-hander and back over the bleachers down the first base line. And the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 men out here in the bottom of the second inning. It's 1-0 Stockton. And away from first is Shelley. Saunders, the left-hander, gets the sign. Now he throws from the stretch. 1-2 is swung on and missed. Strike 3, a high fastball, and the side is retired. Runner left on base here for the Ports in the second. We head to the third. 1-0 Stockton.
Hey fans, there's nothing recreational about having your vehicle break down miles from nowhere. So before heading out on your family's summer trip, make sure your first stop is to Carl's Transmission Exchange. As the oldest transmission shop in Rancho Cucamonga, you can rely on us to get it done right the first time. In fact, we've been keeping you on the go for over 23 years. Stop by today. We're Carl's Transmission Exchange, located on 8th Street between Archibald and Hayden, or call 800-442-CARL. That's Carl with a K.
One of the best golfing values in the Inland Empire. That's what they say about Goose Creek Golf Club in Mira Loma. It's every golfer's dream with the championship course designed by Schmidt and Gurley. And Goose Creek Golf Club offers a practice facility, including an all-grass driving range and large putting greens. Goose Creek Golf Club is located off the 15 freeway at the Limonite exit between the 60 and the 91 freeways. Tee it up at Goose Creek tomorrow and have a great game.
So it's 1-0 Stockton. As we move to the top of the third inning, Reggie Willis will lead it off for the Quakes. Quakes, first time through the order, did not score. Here's Willis, leadoff hitter in the third, shows bunt, takes outside for a ball, 1-0. Willis grounded to second base in the first. 1 ball, no strikes, nobody out. Here's the windup. Hudgens throws the pitch. Willis swings and looks a fly ball to straightaway left field. Sinisi going back on it. He reaches up to make the catch, and there's the first out. Now, Sinisi with the Rice Owls last year on their College World Series ball club, and the national championship Rice Owls last season. And the ball club that they faced in the finals was the Stanford Cardinal. And that's who John Hudgens pitched for last season. So his left fielder and Hudgens, they went head-to-head last year in Omaha. Here's Eric Ibar. He slaps the first pitch he sees in the right center field. That's a base hit. Ibar again, first pitch swinging. He does not go up there anymore. It just doesn't seem like it where he has the bat on his shoulder. So a 1-out single for Ibar. He's now 2 for 2 on the day. David Gates coming up. Hudgens currently resides in Mission Viejo, California. And last year, he was actually voted the most outstanding player of the College World Series. And that's the first time that a Stanford ball player has received that award since the 1988. And just the third in school history. And that's saying something. I mean, the Stanford Cardinal, they are going to get their guys up in those positions. First pitch to David Gates is a breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. I mean, Stanford is constantly at the College World Series, putting their players in an opportunity to shine on the college baseball's biggest stage. And Hudgens, he comes from a school where some very good, very big pitching names, such as Mike Mussina, have come from. Just not too far from here. 0-1 pitch instead as a throw over to first. Ibar is back safely. John Hudgens last year in the College World Series was 3-0 with a 1.88 ERA. At that point in the year, it's the teams with the strongest pitching staff. They're the ones that go the furthest in Omaha. 1 strike to count. Ibar breaks. The pitch is a ball. The throw down to second base is in time. The second baseman Ringy covering the bag, and Ibar is caught stealing. Two to 4 on that caught stealing. Ibar with 1 stolen base already today. He's now been caught stealing a total of 15 times on the year. Ibar with 22 stolen bases, or now 23. 1 ball, 1 strike to Gates. The pitch is off the plate, and the count 2 balls and a strike. Come to think of it, Ibar is not only one of the league leaders in stolen bases, 2-1 pitch on the way, swinging a chopper foul. Back to the screen. The currently leading stolen base statistic says that the Ivar has a 22 on the league leader. However, on the stats, on the statistical sheet, it reads him as having, or actually I stand corrected, he entered the day tied. 2-2 pitch that David Gates is lined to third, and it's caught by Shelley, and the inning is over. One hit, nobody left on base. We head to the bottom of the third. Ports leading 1-0.
It's a whole new ballgame. Quakes baseball. Family fun and so much more. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The excitement you've been looking for. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes.
Celebrate a birthday in style with Trimmer and the rest of the Quakes family here at the Epicenter. Packages include 12 cafe or club tickets, a special gift for the birthday person, a souvenir for each guest, a personalized cake, and more. Birthday packages for 12 people cost just $200.
Joaquin Arias to the plate, 1-0 Ports, bottom of the third. First pitch from Joe Saunders is up high, and the count 1-0. Both ball clubs working their way through the first time through their lineup in 2 innings. Here's Arias, the leadoff hitter, swings and he grounds at the second base. Lead over to his left, scoops it up, throws to first. 1 out. Adam Fox, who walked and scored the game's only run, comes to the plate. Arias now 1 for 2 on the day. 1-0 Stockton, bottom of the third inning. Field in the sunshine right now. What the field normally looks like at this time for the batting practice that the Quakes have been taking. Normally around about 5 o'clock here in the 5 o'clock hour in Stockton. The last 2 nights. First pitch to Adam Fox is swung on and missed. That was a change up there by Saunders and a pretty good one. And the count is 0-1. 1-0 Ports. Here's Saunders. He winds, he kicks, and the pitch. Inside, a fastball. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Joe Saunders, 4-4 on the year. He's had a pretty good year so far, and especially if you back out that 1 start from Lancaster. He's having a terrific year on the stats-wise. Next pitch, a swing and a miss, 1 and 2, but overall has to be pleased with his progress this year. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 man out, especially after not pitching last year. Here's the windup and the 1-2 pitch. Check swing, ground ball, foul, and up along the first base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Joe Saunders, a product of Virginia Tech. He was drafted in the first round by the Angels. 12th overall in the 2002 draft. 1-2 on its way. Swinging a fly ball high and deep down the right field line, tailing plenty foul. And out of play. Back towards the Quakes bullpen. Where the Quakes warm up down the line in right field, it goes way, right field line is 335 feet. The Quakes warm up, they're on the field, but in foul territory, buried behind the wall, actually. 1-2 pitch by Fox is driven deep to left field. Sugden, though, is there to make the catch for the second out, just as he approaches the shadows that are on the field towards the left field warning track. 2 men out. From the press box here, you can look down and see who's warming up in the Stockton pen, but for the Quakes, The bullpen is somewhat discreet. There's some trees down the right field line that make it, that actually hide the view from the press box of the Quakes bullpen. First pitch to Sinisi is low and away. 1 ball, no strike. 2 men out here in the bottom half of the third inning. Ports 1, Quakes nothing. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Sinisi sharply bounces that one on 2 hops to Ibar short. Ibar throws to first, and it's in time, retiring Sinisi, inning over. 1, 2, 3, go to Stockton Ports here in the bottom half of the third inning. We head to the fourth. 1-0 Stockton.
3 up to goal.
Galliano Winery, located at 4231 Winesville Road in Mira Loma. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines, as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic ground. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376 or stop by Monday through Saturday 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Once again, call 909-685-5376.
Michael Napoli, followed by Jared Abruzzo and Greg Porter to face John Hudgens here in the top of the fourth. 1-0 Stockton. A run on 2 hits, 1 error for the Ports, no runs, 3 hits or errors for the Quakes. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball low and away, 1 ball, no strike. We told you about Hudgens in the last inning, about his time at Stanford. Last year, he set a single-season record. And the next pitch to the plate is low and away, and the count 2 balls and no strikes. He set a single-season record for innings pitched with 165 in a third inning. It's tied for second on the school's all-time single-season. So he's tied for second on the Cardinals' all-time single-season win list. The next pitch is in there for a strike, 2-1. But last year pitched 165 in a third innings, and then pitched just 2 innings for Clinton after being drafted in the Midwest League. 2-1 pitch outside, 3-1, and the Rangers shut him down. Now, the college baseball season, we told you last night with the Sinisi, he played a little bit here last year for the Rangers organization, but the Hudgens lines, the 3-1 pitch, a swing and a miss to Napoli, 3-2. But 167 and the third inning. 3-2 the count. Nobody out. Pitch to the plate. Swinging a foul back to the screen. And the count remains 3-2. So Hudgens has thrown quite a bit, and that's really what you get. We talked with Keith Comstock about that a couple of weeks ago about college pitchers. You never know what you're going to get when you draft them. Next pitch comes up and in, ball 4, Napoli walks. Meaning sometimes things are a little bit different. Their velocity may be a little bit lower than when a scout saw them in February and March when their arm was maybe a little more fresh. So Napoli walks to lead off the 4th inning. And you don't always know what you're going to get. But with the Rangers, they knew that the Hudgens had pitched enough, and it was time to make sure he comes back refreshed. First pitch to Abruzzo, swung on and topped up. Foul territory. Third base side, Shelley at third, backhands it up on the warning track. He reaches up to make the catch and fouls the ground. And Abruzzo is out number 1. You know, Abruzzo's bat has not been as hot as it was after the second stretch of games he has played. One man out here in the top half of the 4th. 1-0 Stockton. Away from first base is Michael Napoli. Here's Greg Porter. Porter swings and hits one sharply to second base, and it gets past Ringy. It takes a funny hop and shoots into right center field. Around second is Napoli. He's headed to third. Porter has a hit. That ball off the bat looked like it was going to be a double play ground ball. But that ball took a wicked hop on the infield dirt. We were told before the series, I said, this is not the smoothest infield. Well, that ball didn't take any funny hops on the grass. It just kicked up as if it hit a rock or something and shot past Ringy at second base at the very last moment. So first and third now. One man out. Here's Rancel Melgarejo. 1-0 Stockton. The pitch. Melgarejo swings and misses in the count. It is 0-1. Right now, the Ports mascot is walking through the stands, and that is the screaming from the kids that you hear in the background. No balls, 1 strike, 1 man out. Melgarejo walks in the second inning. Porter from first, Napoli at third. The 0-1 pitch comes up and in from Hudgens. And the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Quakes trail 1-0 here in the top half of the fourth inning. 1 man out. Hudgens bent over from the stretch. He peers in for the sign, and that time is called. Stepping off the mound is Hudgens. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 man out. Napoli from third, Porter at first. Here's the pitch to the plate. Outside. And the count, 2 balls and a strike. Melgarejo with a pretty good count here. He doubled in a couple of runs last night to help tie the game. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 man out. Here in the top of the fourth. Hudgens is ready. Now he steps off the mound again. 2-1 the count. Give you just the idea of the amount of innings pitched Hudgens threw last year. 2-1 pitch is a high fly ball, shallow center field. Webster coming in shallow center. He makes the catch, and he fires a throw that's backhanded by Gold, the first baseman, back of the pitcher's mound. And Melgarejo is out. The runners do not advance. So he's telling you about the number of innings Hudgens threw, and for college, that's a lot. But a lot of times you'll find starters, especially if they're good and they're on a competitive team, they're going to throw a lot of innings. Last year for the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, Jake Wood led the ball club with 171 in the third inning. Now that's just 4 more innings than what Hudgens has thrown. So there you have it. I mean, when he was drafted in June, Hudgens had already pitched what is the equivalent of a full minor league professional season. Here's Stockton. The pitch is outside, 1-0. And so you wonder, with a guy like Hudgens on the mound, and guys like guys that have pitched in college ball, just exactly what July and August this year will bring to them, how their arm will be. Well, Hudgens has been tested so far. 1-0 pitch is fouled off by Stockton. Back to the screen, 1-1. But with Daniel Davidson, for example, he was, here's a guy at Florida State where he was kind of a spot starter. He pitched out of the bullpen. So the Angels have been able to really work with Davidson, and this year it's his first full season at the A-ball level. 1-1 pitch is called strike to Stockton, 1-2. And you'll see what July and August will bring for those guys in their arms. That's something to keep Comstock and pitching coaches in minor league ball, they have to really monitor. You can't just get a guy and throw him a ton. You have to see just exactly how much he's pitched and when. Otherwise, you can take a prize draft pick or somebody that you want to develop in your organization, and you could really ruin that arm early. 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed at a pitch in the dirt by Stockton. The pickup by Smith will capture. He fires down to first to complete the strikeout, and the inning is over. No runs, a hit, no errors, 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the fourth, and the Ports leading this one 1-0.
It's a whole new ballgame. Playing baseball. With family fun and so much more. Rancho, Cucamonga, Quakes. The excitement you've been looking for. Rancho, Cucamonga, Quakes.
Individual tickets for July 3rd go on sale Monday, May 3rd. Ticket prices for this game are $2 more per ticket than regular ticket prices. And following the game is the Independence Day post-game fireworks show sponsored by Dig Alert. Remember, tickets for the July 3rd game go on sale on May 3rd.
Nothing to score. The Ports lead it. Here's Nate Gold, and the first pitch to Gold is swung and a bouncer foul. Wide of the bag at third. Hello. 1 strike to count. Ports here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Joe Saunders from the lineup. He kicks, he throws the pitch to the plate, and Gold swings and lets the fly ball to left field. That one's headed out of here straight away, and Stockton can only turn and watch it go. A home run for Nate Gold. It's his 6th home run of the year and 26th RBI of the season. And he leads off the bottom of the fourth and gives the Ports a 2-0 lead.
How about it? Interviewer, Anthony Webster.
Here's Anthony Webster, grounded to second base in the first. And the first pitch to Webster is taken for a strike. The count is 0-1. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Ports. No runs, 4 hits for the Quakes. Next pitch is away. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Webster followed by Cleveland. Infield playing back. 1-1 to count. Lefty to lefty. Saunders is ready, and the pitch to the plate. A swing and a miss. And the count is 1-2. Next pitch, swinging ground ball to second base. Weed scoops it up. Off to his right, throws to first in time to retire Webster. 1 out. Webster is grounded out to second base now. Both times he's been up.
Jeremy Cleveland.
Here's Jeremy Cleveland. Tomorrow night in Lancaster, the pitching matchup will be as Saunders throws. Cleveland drives the first pitch. Center field, phase hit. The pitching matchup tomorrow in Lancaster. Bass on the mound for the Jethawks. And he'll be opposed by Steve Shell. On Tuesday, it'll be Davidson against Watley, a battle of a couple of left-handers. On Wednesday, Toledo against Doyle, and Thursday, Phil Wilson against Jesus Silva. A couple of right-handers there. 1 out single for Cleveland. It's 2-0 Stockton here in the fourth. Dustin Smith flies to right field his last time up, and the pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Two nothing to score. Cleveland away from first, held on by Abruzzo. Saunders throws. The pitch is a swing and a miss. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Dustin Smith slide out to right field his last time up. That was a kind of a more of a line drive that Melgarejo came in on and put on the brakes. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Up high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Quakes play the infield medium depth. Especially with Ivar short. Weed at second base. Plays Smith a little bit deeper, but up the middle. Big hole on the right side to handle for Smith. Pitch to the plate. Curveball outside. The count 3 balls and a strike. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Stockton. No runs, 4 hits for the Quakes. Saunders looks over at first. He throws. 3-1 pitch. Down low. Ball 4, and he walks him. A walk to Smith. Cleveland will take second base. And Randall Shelley is coming up.
Now batting for the fourth, Rancho Shelley.
1 away. Here's Shelley. And Saunders goes back to work on the mound. Away from second base is Cleveland. Smith from first. Here's the first pitch, and Shelley swings. He drives that one left center field. That's a base hit. Going over to backhand, it is Willis. The ball gets past him and goes to the warning track. This will score Cleveland. Smith now is going to be waved around third. He's coming home to the plate, and he slides in safely. The second base goes Shelley, and it's now 4-0 Stockton. Hit by Shelley, and an error on the center fielder, Reggie Willis. RBI for Shelley on the play. For Cleveland was going to score anyway on the hit, but Dustin Smith scores on the air. Shelley goes to second on the air on the center fielder Willis. So it's 4-0 Stockton. Here's Craig Ringy. First pitch is swung on and missed. The count is 0-1. 1 man out here in the bottom half of the fourth. 4-0. The fourth leading. Next pitch is a strike. Or next pitch, I beg your pardon, is down low, a ball. 1-1 the count. Ringy struck out swinging back in the second inning. 4-0 Stockton. So that error really hurts. It led to an extra run being scored on that play. Next pitch, swinging a high pop-up. First base side foul territory. Abruzzo coming over near the gate, and now he backtracks and reaches up to make the catch for the second out. That is a nice play there by Abruzzo. He comes over to the fence. A fence, mind you, that he doesn't really know all that well, and especially the conditions here at Billy Heber Field. He doesn't know the field a whole lot. Heck, it's the first time he's played in the field this year, period, for the Quakes. And he moves over. He knew right where the fence was, ran over to the fence, and then backed up. And he had his gloves sticking out the whole time to fend himself off. It goes down as a pop-up in foul territory, but a much better play than just a little notation in the scorebook. First pitch to Joaquin Arias is low and inside, 1-0. James Ralston said last night that he thinks that Abruzzo is just kind of the epitome of what a baseball player should be. 1-0 pitch, swinging a ground ball to short. Ibar comes up, throws low to first, gets past Abruzzo. That's an error. And coming in to score from third base is Shelley. And it's now a 5-0 Stockton lead. Well, that's going to make at least 2 runs in this inning, and every run from here on out unearned on Saunders. No RBI for Arias. An error on the shortstop Ivar. And the Quakes, right now, they have some fielding woes going on. They committed what was ruled 5 errors last night. 2 men out and a runner at first. Here's the pitch to Adam Fox. He takes outside. And the count, 1 ball, no strikes. Adam Fox walked and scored in the first, fly to left field in the third. 1-0 the count. Saunders pauses at the belt. A look over at first. Here's the pitch. Down low. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 men out here, last half of the 4th inning, and it's 5-0 Stockton. Three of the 5 runs were earned today. 2-0 the count. Arias away from first. The pitch. A called strike on the outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike. Saunders back on the rubber, holding the ball in his pitching glove, or in his glove hand. There is no such thing as a pitching glove. 2-1 pitch, a called strike to Fox, 2-2. 5 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error for the Ports. The Quakes, as a ball club in this series, have committed already 9 errors. 2-2 pitch on the way, swinging a fly ball foul and out of play. The game remains 2-2 to Fox. 9 errors so far in this series for the Quakes. Two and 2 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And he strikes out Fox. The inning is over. The Ports scored 4 runs in the inning on 3 hits. There were 2 errors, a walk, and a man left on base. We head to the 5th inning. It's now 5-0 Ports.
Correct. To the top of the...
You know the goal of baseball is to get home quickly. The last thing you want to see is some player lollygagging around third when there's going to be a close play at the plate. Well, Farmer John feels the same way about ham, bacon, sausage, and hot dogs. You know all Farmer John products are made fresh right here in the Southland. That way they get home as quickly as possible, and it's just a short slide into the plate. That's your plate at home, not home plate. Get fresh. Get Farmer John.
Earning a champion's reputation in this league doesn't come easy. It takes dedication, perseverance, and hard work. You'll find that same dedication at Zabco Painting. They've earned their reputation for professional residential and commercial painting services, one satisfied customer at a time. Whether it's interior or exterior, you can trust Zabco Painting for fast professional work every time. Give them a call today at 888-605-2211. That's 888-605-2211. Zabco Painting, they take the pain out of painting.
Well, the Quakes find themselves down 5-0 here in the top half of the 5th inning. B.J. Weed followed by Reggie Willis and Eric Ibar. And on the mound is John Hudgens. He goes into the windup, the kick, here's the pitch. Weed swings and grounds it to short. Arias fields it, sets himself, throws the first in time, and there's 1 out. 1 pitch, 1 out. And up to the plate is Reggie Willis. Quakes baseball tonight is brought to you in part by Farmer John Hot Dogs. Farmer John Hot Dogs, a sponsor of Weenie Wednesdays at the ballpark, and also the official hot dog of the Epicenter. The Quakes will return home this Friday night against Lake Elsinore. 1 out, here's Willis. He takes a breaking ball for a strike. The count is 0-1. Reggie Willis 0 for 2. He grounded to second base, flied out to left field in the third. 5-0 Stockton, top of the 5th. Here's the 0-1 on its way. Willis swings and fouls it off to the left. Then the count, no balls, 2 strikes. One man out here in the top of the 5th inning. Willis adjusts his batting glove. Now he steps back in, taps the bat on home plate. 0-2 the count. Here's the windup and the pitch to the plate. Down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. This Friday night, Angel Fudshead wigs will be handed out to the first 1,000 fans. 7:15 first pitch for the Storm and the Quakes. 1-2, one man out. Goes into the windup. He kicks the 1-2 pitch outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count to Reggie Willett. Angels caps presented by Southwest Airlines will be handed out to the first 1,000 fans on Saturday night. 2-2 the count. Here's the windup. Hudson kicks the pitch to the plate. Willett swings and misses, and he is out on strike. 2 away. 2 outs. Here's Eric Ibar. And then on Sunday, another giveaway. It's the team photo day. Team photo day on Sunday. Here's Eric Ibar. 2 men out in the inning. First pitch to Ibar is outside. And the count 1 ball, no strike. On Sunday, first pitch is at 2:15. And Red Roof Inn is sponsoring this year's team photo. 1-0 pitch is taken for a strike, 1-1. 2 men out here in the 5th. Ibar singled to right field in the first. Also singled to right center in the 3rd. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Ibar takes down low. 2 balls, 1 strike. 5-0 the score. Ports leading this one, top of the 5th. Quakes on a 4-game losing streak right now. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Ibar swings and slaps it to short. Arias comes up, fields the ball, double clutches, throws to first, and they still get Ibar first. When Arias double clutched on that ball, getting the ball out of his glove, I thought Ibar would be able to beat it out, and Arias got the ball there in time, and the inning is over. Quakes go in order in the 5th. We head to the bottom of the 5th. 5-0 Stockton. Powerful clear.
It's a whole new ballgame. Playing baseball. Family fun and so much more. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The excitement you've been looking for. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes.
Charter Media presents the Friday Family Fun Pack. 4 clubs, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, 2 Boomer's Minster golf passes, 4 one-hour GameWorks passes, an accurate automotive oil change, and 2 Cold Stone Creamery ice cream. All for just $38. Available for select Friday games. Make your plans to be with us.
Family fun and so much more. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The excitement you've been looking for. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. It's a
Well, the only man not to bat in the 4th is Vince Sinisi, and he will lead it off in the 5th. Bottom half of the 5th inning, 5-0 Port. Joe Saunders back out on the mound. The left-hander goes into his windup, and he throws home. The pitch is up high. 1 ball, no strikes to count. 5-0 the score here in the bottom of the 5th. Saunders into his windup. He kicks the 1-0 pitch to the plate. Breaking ball for a strike. And the count is 1-1. Quakes have lost 4 in a row, looking to snap that streak. 1-1 pitch is up high. 2 balls and a strike to Sinisi. Here's the windup and the pitch. Swinging a big chopper foul. That one's back up into the bleachers. And the fans scramble for it behind the dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jason Anaforian with you here tonight from Billy Hebert Field in Stockton. John Souter, our engineer in the studio in Corona. 2-2, nobody out. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That's a high change up there. One away.
How about a Quakes goal?
Nate Gold coming up. Gold 1 for 2 with a home run. His last time up. And that one was a pretty good ride to left field. Straight away left field. The wind is not much of a factor right now. First pitch is up high, 1-0. In fact, this has probably been the calmest day so far in terms of the wind here in Stockton. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a chopper pull foul wide of third. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nate Gold. However, when the Quakes arrived at the ballpark and the college baseball game was wrapping up with Cal State Northridge and UOP, next pitch to the plate outside, 2 balls and a strike. Well, as that game was wrapping up, it was rather breezy. 2-1, nobody out. Or 1 man out, pitch is a strike, 2-2. Quakes arrived here and at Billy Heber Field, went into the clubhouse. The college clubs do not use the clubhouses here at the ballpark. Clubhouse is located beyond left center field. 2-2 pitch driven deep to center field. On with a run is Willis in the gap, and Willis runs it down for the catch. Well, he was playing Gold, maybe a tad to pull, and Willis had to move all the way over into right center field to run that ball down. 2 men out for Anthony Webster. Glad you can join us tonight on 1370 KWRN and RCQuakes.com. Our next broadcast is tomorrow night live from Lancaster at 6:30. Here's Anthony Webster. He takes a curveball outside on the corner for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Webster grounded to second base in the first, grounded to second base in the fourth. Next pitch to the plate, away. The count 1-1 from Saunders. Now towards the end of that college baseball game here on this field, it was rather breezy, but since the game has started, the wind has died down. Next pitch, a changeup at the knees for a strike, 1-2. And this is probably the first time we've seen the flag barely moving at all since we've been here this weekend. 1-2, 1 man out. The pitch, swinging a ground ball to the opposite field. Porter scoops it up to his left at third, throws to first, in time to get Webster inning over. Saunders comes back with a 1-2-3, bottom of the 5th. We head to the 6th. 5-0 Stockton.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Not the other book. Artists, posers, florists, grocers, water coolers, bakers, jewelers, everything from A to Z. Duct tape, landscape, sit-down mowers, dentists, faulty uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, bomb mail, wide whale. Take a look and you'll see. Not the other book.
To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
David Gates lead it off for the Quakes. They trail 5-0. Top of the 6th inning. John Hudgens working on a shutout right now. And Gates swings and misses at the first pitch. And the count is 0-1. David Gates lined to short in the first, lined to third in the third. He hit the ball hard. Gates had his 10th home run of the year last night, back in to straightaway left field. Here's the 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike, and the count is 0-2. 5 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Port. No runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. 0-2 the count, nobody out. Hudgens blinds and kicks the 0-2 pitch. Gates swings and tops it right to third. Shelley scoops it up. Stu Height throws over to first, and they get Gates. One out. Hudgens, one of the league leaders in the California League, and pitching, and he is on today. John Hudgens, before the day started, he ranked 9th in the league in pitching, and in fact, Cody Smith, after his performance last night, Cody Smith is now 10th in the league in pitching. Stockton, with 3 guys in the top 10 in pitching. First pitch to Napoli, a curveball for a strike. The count is 0-1. The Quakes will miss Jason Andrew, who is 5-2 with a 1.59 ERA. He's tied with Bobby Livingston for the fourth lowest ERA in the Cali. 0-1 pitch, a called strike 2, 0-2. All weekend long, Michael Napoli has been selected as the beer batter for the Quakes. And he has struck out twice this weekend. Next pitch comes up and in, and the count 1-2 strikes. That happened on a Friday night. 1-2 strikes to Napoli. 1 man out. Here's the pitch to the plate, way inside from Hudgens, and the count 2-2. Now Hudgens with a 1-0 record and a 2.89 ERA prior to this ball game. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The right-hander winds. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Napoli out on strike. 2 men out here in the top half of the 6th. No, the fans here get cheap beer now. Here's Jared Abruzzo. Jared Abruzzo fly to center. Hit a foul pop-up to third base in the 4th. First pitch, Abruzzo swings and fouls it off of the glove of the catcher Smith and back to the screen. The count is 0-1. Field still in the plenty of sunshine here. No balls, 1 strike, 2 men out. Shadow from left field have barely even made it to left. Abruzzo swings, he's jammed on it. A little pop-up to short. Arias there, he makes the catch, and the inning is over. Hudgens has now retired 8 in a row, and another 1-2-3, 6th inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Stockton 5, Rancho nothing.
It's a whole new ball game. Playing baseball. Family fun and so much more. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The excitement you've been looking for. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes.
Join us at the Epicenter every Monday for Monday Madness. 2 club tickets, 2 hot dogs, 2 Cracker Jacks, and 2 sodas. All for just $12. Every Monday night at the Epicenter. We'll see you there.
Family fun and so much more. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The excitement you've been looking for. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. It's a whole new ball game.
Bottom of the 6th, 5-0. Here's the pitch to Jeremy Cleveland, and it is up high. 1-0 the count. 5-0. 4th. Saunders comes back. Next pitch, swinging a high pop-up. Napoli, with his mask off, locates the ball now. It sails back into the stands, off to our right. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. Another gathering, looks like around about 1,000 folks here at Billy Heber Field on this Sunday evening. 0-1 pitch is outside. And the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. The Quakes do have activity in the bullpen. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. 5-0 fourth. Here's Saunders into his lineup. The pitch to the plate comes inside. And the count, 1-2. Rounded to third base in the 2nd. Singleton scored in the 4th. Next pitch to the plate. Check swing. Foul ball right back off to the batter, or to the screen behind the right-handed hitter's batter's box. 2-2 the count. Saunders lines. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul again off to the right end. Out of the park. 2-2. Saunders peers in for the sign. He goes for the glove. He kicks. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball pulled into left field, a base hit. Cleveland on with a single to lead it off. Justin Smith coming up. Quakes baseball on this Sunday afternoon is brought to you in part by your Inland Empire area Subway restaurant. Subway, eat fresh. Bottom of the 6th inning, Dustin Smith the batter. 5-0 fourth. And Smith gets into the box. He walked and scored in the 4th inning. Slide out to right field in the 2nd. Here's the pitch to Smith, way outside. The count is 1-0. Nobody out. Abruzzo holds on Cleveland. Here's the pitch to the plate. A strike called, and the count 1-1. On the count. The pitch to the plate. Curveball inside. 2-1. A look back down to third. Get the signs from Byler, the manager, and third base coach of the fourth. 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Smith swings and fouls it off for the right and out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Reggie Willis playing Smith in center field. Just a tad towards right center. And he is standing amongst some of the shadows of some redwood trees behind the left center field wall. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Bottom half of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Up and in. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 5-0 fourth. Bottom of the 6th. Three and 2. Here's the pitch. Swinging a bouncer to short. Ivar fields. Underhand flips the weed at second for 1. Relay back to first to Abruzzo. In time, a double play. 6-4 to 3. And there are 2 outs. So 2 men out, and coming up to the plate will be Randall Shelley. And Bobby Neacham out to the mound. He's going to go ahead and get Saunders out of the ball game. He's going to make a pitching change, and we'll step aside here. We'll take a break. It's 5-0 fourth here in the bottom of the 6th. We'll be back to tell you about the new Rancho pitcher right after this.
One of the best golfing values in the Inland Empire. That's what they say about Goose Creek Golf Club in Mira Loma. It's every golfer's dream with the championship course designed by Schmidt and Gurley. And Goose Creek Golf Club offers a practice facility, including an all-grass driving range and large putting greens. Goose Creek Golf Club is located off the 15 freeway at the Limonite exit between the 60 and the 91 freeways. Tee it up at Goose Creek tomorrow and have a great game.
Kelly is the hitter. He faces David Austin, the new Quakes pitcher, who dropped a curveball inside for a ball to Shelley, and the count is 1-0. 5-0 Stockton leading this one here in the bottom half of the sixth inning. Here's the windup by Austin. Pitch to the plate, comes up and inside. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 men out here in the last half of the sixth inning. And Shelley today is 1 for 1. He singled in a run in the fourth. He also scored. Next pitch to Shelley is a strike, 2-1. Shelley also walked in the second inning. 5-0 Port, last of the sixth. Austin into his windup, the 2-1 pitch. Swinging a high pop-up, right side of the field. B.J. Weed at second calling for it, calling Abruzzo off, and it's Weed. And making the catch on the dirt, the side is retired. No runs a hit, nobody left on base. We move to the seventh inning here this evening in Stockton, 5-0 Port.
Hi fans, Jason Anaforian here to tell you about Storage Max in Rancho Cucamonga. At the Quakes, we've had no worries storing our items at Storage Max. With the latest technology, Storage Max provides climate-controlled units keeping items from discoloration, fading, or getting dusty. This is especially great for the hot summertime weather in Rancho Cucamonga. Storage Max has units from 5x5s to 15x40s with 24-hour access. Storage Max is a new facility located at 8363 Foothill Boulevard between Vineyard and Grove Avenue in Rancho Cucamonga. Jack and Carmen, the managers of Storage Max, have helped us with great customer service. Now let them help you. If you're ready to move or just thinking about moving, give Jack and Carmen, the managers of Storage Max, a call. 909-949-3600. Again, that's 909-949-3600.
Nothing. Stockton. Top half of the seventh inning. John Hudgens back out to work for the Port. He has shut out the Quakes through 6 innings. Allowed just 4 hits. He has struck out 4 and has walked 2. Here's Greg Porter to lead it off. 5-0 Stockton. First pitch, Porter takes up out and outside, 1-0. Porter has 2 of the Quakes' 4 hits. A double and a single. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Nobody out. Here's the windup and the pitch to the plate. Porter takes a breaking ball outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Hudgens has retired 8 in a row. Porter was the last man to get a hit off of him. Next pitch, a swing and a miss. And the count is 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Here's the windup and the pitch. Porter takes it down low. 3 balls and a strike. On deck, Mel Guerrejo. He'll be followed by Jason Stockton. 5-0. Stockton. Here's the 3-1. Porter takes a called strike on the outside. 3-2. The lights have just been turned on here, although I can't imagine that they'll have much of an effect unless this ball game goes a little bit longer than we expect. 3-2 pitch. Porter swings, pulls this one foul wide of the bag at first and down the line. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. We're in the top of the 7th. Quakes baseball today is brought to you in part by Carl Buddick. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out to Porter. The windup and the pitch. Porter swings and misses. He's out on strike. And that's 9 in a row retired by Hudgens. 1 away. And coming up is Mel Guerrejo. Carl Buddick with 9 distinct flavors. Look for original Carl Buddick in your favorite grocer. Carl Buddick, a real slice of life. 1 out. Here's Mel Guerrejo. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Pops up the first pitch. And that one's going to reach the seat, the foul ball, out and off to our right, back up into the seats, up into the last row of the grandstand. Billy Hebert Field is green chairback seats right behind home plate that extend from one on-deck circle to the other. That's the main structure of a cement grandstand, and it's separated into 2 levels with a walkway in between. Oh, 1 pitch, Mel Guerrejo shows front and runs up, and I believe that ball may have hit him. Mel Guerrejo trying to convince plate umpire here, Will Robinson, that that ball hit him, but Robinson saying, no, it caught the bat. That's a strike. So Robinson immediately signaling down to say that's a strike. Here comes Bobby Meacham from third, down to discuss it with Robinson. And Meacham is saying that ball, you can see him, he's saying that ball came around and hit Mel Guerrejo and bounced off Mel Guerrejo and off of his bat. And Will Robinson flat out walked away from Bobby Meacham and left him standing about a third of a way up the third base line. And Meacham is standing there still discussing it with Robinson. 0-2 the count to Mel Guerrejo. 1 man out. Top half of the 7th inning. Mel Guerrejo is set. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Hudgens. Low and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The green chairback seats behind home plate. And then there is 2 separate metal bleacher structures. 1 behind the first base dugout and 1 behind the third base dugout. 1-2 pitch, curveball buckled Mel Guerrejo. Call third strike, and he is out number 2. That's the 6th strikeout by Rancho that's the 6th strikeout by John Hudgens. Mel Guerrejo, the first strikeout on the day. And here's Jason Stockton. Stockton 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Quakes trail 5-0, top of the 7th inning. 2 men out. Here's the windup by Hudgens. The pitch to the plate. Stockton swings and misses, and the count is 0-1. Quakes had hits in the first, 1 hit in the first 4 innings. Stockton swings and hits a little capper out in front of the mound. Picked up third base side by Hudgens. Long throw to first by the pitcher in time to get Stockton. The inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Quakes in the 7th. We move to the bottom of the 7th. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. 5-0 Stockton.
It's a whole new ballgame. Quakes baseball. Family fun and so much more. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The excitement you've been looking for. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes.
Reserve a pregame picnic at the Epicenter for a unique group experience. After the picnic, your group of 25 or more will move to your seats to watch the game. All options include all you can eat and drink, plus your game tickets. Choose from 3 great menu options. Prices start at just $15 per person.
It's a whole new ballgame. Quakes baseball. Family fun and so much more. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The excitement you've been looking for. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. It's a whole new ballgame.
Stockton back to work the bottom of the 7th. Austin got Randall Shelley to pop out to DJ Reed at second base, ending the 6th. It's 5-0 Stockton, last of the 7th. First pitch to Craig Ringy, the second baseman, is outside to the right-hander, 1-0. 5-0 Port is the windup. Austin deals the pitch, swing, and a tapper to third. Gloved by Porter, backhand, and Stu Height, mind you. He gets up, throws to first. Ringy is out, number 1. One away. Here's Joaquin Arias. Look today on Joe Saunders. Saunders pitches 5 2/3 innings. He gives up a total of 5 runs, 3 earned on 6 hits. Saunders on the afternoon walked 3, struck out 3. Here's the first pitch to Joaquin Arias. He takes off the plate, 1 ball, no strike. 5-0 in favor of the Fourth. On the mound, David Austin, the right-hander, lines the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball, 4 strike. Count even, 1-1. David Austin, no record. This is his 16th game. Prior to his performance today, a 4.95 ERA. He's walked 8, struck out 16. He drops a 1-1 curveball at the knees of Arias, and the count 1-2. Arias today 1 for 3, singled in the first. Reached on an error in the fourth. 1-2 pitch, low in the dirt. In front of home plate, blocked by Napoli. The count is 2-2. He stands on the rubber, feet spread right apart. 2-2, the windup. Here's the pitch. Curveball swung on, grounded, past Dybar in the left field, and a base hit. Second hit of the day for Arias. That's the 7th hit for the Fourth tonight. Adam Fox will be the hitter. The Quakes come home this Friday night for a weekend series with the Lake Elsinore Storm. They will then head back out on the road for 4 games at the Inland Empire. And then the Lake Elsinore Storm will return right back to Rancho for the weekend of June 4th, 5th, and 6th. Now here's Adam Fox, 1 man out. The pitch to the plate comes up and in, and the count 1 ball, no strike. 5-0 Stockton, last half of the 7th inning. Friday night, Angels Fuzzhead Wigs, the first 1,000 fans. And on Saturday night, you don't want to miss this one, Angels Cats. 1-0 to Fox. The pitch up high. 2 balls, no strike. Southwest Airlines presents Angels Caps to the first 1,000 fans at the Epicenter. First pitch will be 7:15 on Saturday night. 2-0 to count to Fox. 1 man out. Runner from first, the pitch. And Austin deals a strike on the inside corner, 2-1. Fox walked and scored in the first, fly to left field in the third, and struck out swinging in the fourth. 2-1 the count. Hitters count here to Fox. And Arias away from first. The pitch to the plate. Fox swings and drives a high fly ball. Left field and deep. Sugden goes back. He lifts up. Gone. A home run. Just to the right of the right standard. A 2-run shot. Well, it has not been the Quakes weekend here in Stockton. A 2-run home run by Fox. And that's a 7-0 Fourth lead. That ball was very similar to the one Nate Gold hit. Actually, no, not Nate Gold. That ball was similar to the home run that was hit in Game 1 by Chris Hiley on Friday night. Had some top spin on it. And Sugden went back and put on the brakes to play it off the wall. First pitch to Vince Sinisi is up high, 1-0. And the reason why outfielders will go back here is the brick wall. The painted green. In left field, 1-0 pitch, swing, and a full ground ball, base hit, right field. Sinisi on with a hit. Now that is big. his third home run and 24th and 25th RBI. Pitch to Gold, runs inside, and the count is 1-0. One man out. Sinisi away from first, held on by Abruzzo. Here's the pitch. That one tails away. 2-0. Gold had a home run himself in the fourth. He has flied out to center field his other 2 times up at the plate. 7-0 Stockton. Bottom of the 7th. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swinging a chopper foul back to the on-deck circle. 2-1. On the count. Sinisi away from first. Austin throws the pitch. Swing and a hit off the end of the bat. Driven to center field. Pretty good ride. Willis going back to center fielder. He reaches up to make the catch. About 5 steps in front of the warning track for the second out. That ball by Gold was not hit off of the sweet spot of the bat. Not hit off of that. Had it been hit off of the sweet spot of the bat, maybe he gets it over the head of the outfielder, but not the case. Here's Anthony Webster. Webster 0 for 3. Runner from first. The pitch. Webster swings away and fouls it back behind the dugout and out of play. No balls, 1 strike. 7-0 Stockton, last half of the 7th inning. Jason Anapoyan with you. John Souter, our engineer in the KWRM studios. 0-1. The pitch to the plate. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Webster grounded to second base in the first and second. He grounded to third in the 5th. 1-1. 2 men out. Low and inside to Webster. 2 balls and a strike. Two balls, 1 strike. 2 men out. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul back to the top of the screen. And the count's still 2-2. Away from first is Sinisi, held on by Abruzzo. Abruzzo, right-handed thrower at first base. Next pitch from Austin, down low. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out. Now Abruzzo will play back and the runner at first. 3-2. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Swinging a high fly ball, foul down the left field line, giving chase to Stockton. That ball will be out of play. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out. Quakes will head to Lancaster after this one. They are trying to avoid their second series sweep of the year. But right now, it's not looking good. 3-2 pitch. Runner goes. The pitch swung on and foul back to the screen. Pitch was up about letter high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Stockton grabbed a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first inning, and they have led the whole way. 3-2. Runner goes again. 2 outs. The chopper to second. Weed goes over in the hole. Gloves it. Sets himself from the edge of the outfield grass. He throws to first to retire Webster, and the side is retired. 2 runs on 3 hits for the Ports. 1 man left on base. It was the Fox home run that did the damage. We head to the 8th. 7-0 Stockton.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. That's the other book. In my florists, grocers, water coolers, bakers, jewelers, everything from A to Z. Just hit landscape, sit down mowers, dentists, faulty uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, farm there, wide well, take a look and you'll see.
Other book.
To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Hey, up here. It's your roof. Now, I don't mean to sound selfish, but I see how you baby the car, washing, waxing, polishing. Hey, what about me? I protect the whole family, the dog, even that darn car. It's not easy fending off Mother Nature's fury. Don't I deserve a little TLC? My friends at Four Seasons Roofing have 20 years of experience in re-roofing and all types of repairs for residential, commercial, and custom roofs. We'll even give you a free estimate. Four Seasons Roofing. They're in your yellow pages, and they're the best. Take it from me. Your roof.
Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service.
This Quakes broadcast is brought to you in part by Monarch Pool Replastering. Turn your black lagoon into a blue lagoon. By Four Seasons Roofing. We're on top of the roofing repair world. By All-Star Games. For all of your family entertainment. By The Deer Hunter. The place where friends gather. And by Glenda Tedrow of Advantage Properties. Personal service with professional results.
BJ Weed to lead it off. He takes the first pitch down low for a ball, 1-0. And the new pitcher for the Stockton Ports is Chris Russ, R-U-S-S. Next pitch to Weed, and the switch hitter batting right-handed pulls it to the third baseman on backhanded stab at third by Shelley. A high throw to first on the return, and it's not in time, and BJ Weed beats it out. That was a heck of a play all the way around. Shelley made a great stop, but Weed pulled that one in the right spot. And B.J. Weed now batting from the right side of the plate. Gets himself an infield single against Chris Russ. The line today on John Hudgens, 7 innings. No runs, 5 hits. And he walked 2, struck out a total of 6. First pitch to Reggie Willis, switch hitter batting right-handed, takes a strike from Russ, and the count is 0-1. Chris Russ, no wins, 3 losses, a 4.79 ERA. Appearance number 19 for Russ. 0-1 the count, 7-0 the score. Ports lead it. Here's the pitch, up high, 1-1. Well, the Stockton Ports franchise, the Stockton franchise, for a few years they were known as the Mudville 9 in the early 90s. Actually, that was more along the late 1-1 pitch, a called strike to Willis in the count 1-2. And when the Ports changed their name in the current ownership group that operates this team now, when they announced that they were changing their name back to the Stockton Ports, they announced it at a city council meeting, and it received a huge, huge standing ovation from the Stockton City Council. 1-2 pitch to Willis is down low, 2-2. Well, the Stockton Ports are just 1 win away from franchise win number 4,000. And that they would be the fastest team in Cal League history to accomplish that. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, strike 3, called to Willis. 1 out. The Modesto Athletics accomplished that a few years ago, but the Stockton Ports took a few years off. Coming into this year, the franchise winning percentage was .542, and it was the best winning percentage. Gary Sheffield played his as a single-A ball at this ballpark when the Ports were a long-time affiliate for a while with the Milwaukee Brewers. Curveball here to Eric Ibar, switch hitter batting right-handed. He takes it for a strike, 0-1. 7-0 Stockton, top of the 8th inning. And away from first base is B.J. Weed. One man out. Russ, the left-hander, deals outside, and the count 1-1. So first look at Russ in this series. One ball, one strike, one out. The pitch outside to Ibar, 2-1. 7-0 Fort. Top of the 8th. Russ just pitched a little bit in 2003. He appeared in 5 games last year in the Arizona Summer League. 3-2 pitch on its way. Ibar swings and grounds at the second base. Ringy knocks it down, can't hold it. Everybody is safe. And the Quakes will have runners at first and second. Ringy just could not come up with that one. And an error on the second baseman. We take second base. Here's David Gates. First and second, one out now for Rancho. One man out. Russ, a native of Laurel, Maryland. David Gates gets in the box. Russ grabs the rosin, throws it back down on the grass behind the pitcher's mound. One man out. Away from second base is Weed. From first is Ibar. The pitch to Gates outside. And the count 1-0. If the Quakes are going to make something happen in this ballgame, now is definitely the time. Try and put a charge and get on the scoreboard first. 7-0 Stockton, top of the 8th. 1-0. Here's Russ to the plate. Gates swings and misses in the count 1-1. Gates 0 for 3 today. He's hit the ball hard a couple of times. Couple of lineouts. 1 ball, 1 strike. The shadow of Russ as he stands as a left-hander is stretched out now all the way almost touching the first baseline. Signs of the late afternoon, early evening here in Stockton. 1-1 pitch on its way. Low. In the dirt to David Gates. 2 balls and a strike. Two and 1 to count. Away from second base is Weed. Ibar away from third. Or Ibar away from first. Courts play the infield back. Stockton decked out in their home white. We have definitely one of the nicer looking jerseys in the Cali. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 man out. Here's the pitch to the plate. Low and away. 3 balls and a strike, and now Russ showing some signs of frustration on the mound after he missed with that fastball outside. Kind of swipes some of the dirt away. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 man out. Russ throws the pitch. Gates swings, and it's a high pop up first base side, foul territory. Gold coming down at first, and he comes near the Quakes dugout, and against the retaining fence, reaches into the dugout and makes a basket catch. And Gates is out number 2.
Now that Michael Napoli.
2 men out. Here's Michael Napoli. Napoli 0 for 2. He walked in the 4th. Struck out swinging in the 6th. At second base is Weed. At first base is Ibar. 7-0 Stockton, top half of the 8th. Russ, the left-hander, goes to work. I look back at second, the pitch. And a curveball. He tied his catcher up. The ball gets away from Smith and moves on down to moves on down to the on-deck circle and taking third base is lead, and Ivar will go to second. Well, Smith and Hudgens got their signs crossed up. I think Smith was expecting a fastball outside, and Hudgens, Russ, the pitcher, threw him a curveball. So a pass ball. Second and third for the Quakes. 2 outs. The pitch. Napoli swings, grounds this one to short. Arias fields it after Ivar crosses in his path. He fields. He throws to first. Napoli is out, and the inning is over. The Quakes will stand 2 here in the 8th inning. No runs, a hit, an error, 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the 8th. 7-0 Port.
More. Rancho, Cucamonga, Quakes, the excitement you've been looking for. Rancho, Cucamonga, Quakes.
Celebrate a birthday in style with Trimmer and the rest of the Quakes family here at the Epicenter. Packages include 12 cafe or club tickets, a special gift for the birthday person, a souvenir for each guest, a personalized cake, and more. Birthday packages for 12 people cost just $200.
Friends and family visiting you this summer? Don't worry. Add a room instantly by calling your friends at the Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inns offer quality rooms, friendly service, great rates, and kids stay free. Plus, as a Ready Card Preferred member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including Ontario, San Dimas, and Victorville. Visit us today at redroof.com or dial 800-RED-ROOF.
Rich Thompson, the new pitcher for the Quakes. He faces Jeremy Cleveland here in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch from Thompson is down low. 1 ball, no strike. 7-0 Stockton here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Thompson pitched on Friday night against the Ports. He pitched an inning and 2/3. Next pitch to Cleveland is a strike, 1-1. Thompson gave up 2 runs in that inning, both earned, and he gave up a 3-run home run. Next pitch is swung on, pulled to left field. That's a base hit. Cleveland is now 3 for 4 on the day, 3 singles. Dustin Smith coming up.
Right into the fourth. Catcher, Dustin Smith.
Quakes have not been shut out this year. Here's Dustin Smith. Runner from first, the pitch to the plate, down low, in the dirt from Napoli, and ball gets away. Napoli goes over to recover. The runner does not advance. Ball trickles just behind Napoli at the plate. 1-0 to count. Quakes were on the verge of being shut out in Lake Elsinore on Mother's Day before they avoided that. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball up high. 2 balls, no strikes. 7-0 the score here in the last half of the 8th. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch home. Down low. Napoli blocks it. 3-0. That ball game also against Inland Empire, too. Almost shut out against Bobby Livingston. And they're able to to scratch out a couple of runs. They sent that game last Saturday night to extra innings. Next pitch to Smith, down low, ball 4. He walked. Smith has been on base a couple of times today by way of the walk.
Now batting for fourth, Randall Shelley.
Here's Randall Shelley. Shelley walked in the second, singled in, and scored a run in the fourth. Shelley also popped out to second base in the sixth. First pitch, a curveball from Shelley, and it's taken for a strike in the count 0-1. 7-0 fourth, last half of the eighth inning. Away from second is Cleveland. Smith off the bag at first. Quakes at the infield back. Thompson goes to the glove. A look back at second. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Low and away. Napoli blocks it. 1-1. Now the shadows of the left field wall as the sun continues to set here down the left field line. Have Stockton, the left fielder, playing in the shadows, although you can tell the sun is bouncing off of his back. Willis in the shadows of the trees in center field. The 1-1 pitch down low, and the count 2-1. Guerrero still just standing at the edges of some of the shadows from the redwood trees beyond the left center wall, but outside of that, and there's some big long stretches of shadows out in shallow right field, but outside of that, the rest of the infield is in the sunshine. 2-1 to count. Napoli goes out to have a word with Thompson after that last pitch. Nobody out. Here's the pitch to the plate. Down low. 3 balls and a strike. 7-0 fourth. Last of the eighth. Thompson right now struggling to find the strike zone. Austin worked the 6th and 7th, and now it's Thompson here in the 8th. Here's the pitch. Swinging a big bouncer foul wide of third. Down the left field line. 3-2 to count to Shelley. Shelley with one more RBI today. Three and two. Nobody out. Pitch. Swinging a bouncer to short. Ibar gloves it. He flips to second for one. Weed back to first. That's a double play. 2 men out. 6-4 to 3, and taking third base is Cleveland.
Now that is Craig Ringy.
Here's Craig Ringy. First pitch to Ringy is a ball, 1-0. 2 men out here in the 8th. For the Quakes in the 9th, it'll be Abruzzo, Porter, and Mel Guerrejo. The 1-0 pitch. Ringy swings and misses, and the count even 1-1. Cleveland singled. He stands away from third. 1-1 pitch. Curveball. Misses low. 2 balls and a strike. The Quakes will arrive into Lancaster probably around 2 in the morning. And then they'll head to Rancho after Thursday night's game. 2-1 pitch is low. 3 balls, 1 strike. Ringy struck out swinging in the second. Hit a foul pop-up to first base in the 4th. Grounded to third in the 7th. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 men out. Here's the pitch. And this is inside, ball 4. And Ringy draws a walk.
You're listening to Rancho Cucamonga Quakes on KWORM 1370.
The 2 outs, runners at first and third. Keith Comstock coming out to the mound after that walk. Second walk of the inning by Rich Thompson. Comstock is going to have a meeting with Thompson. We want to take this time to remind you fans that our next broadcast is tomorrow night. 6:30 we'll be on the air at right here on KWRM 1370 and RCQuakes.com. You can hear that one live with Lancaster. Also, the 2004 Youth Baseball Clinic is scheduled for August 4th through the 6th at Red Hill Park from 9 a.m. to noon each day. Here's your chance to work with Quakes players and coaches in small group instruction, and you'll be taught the essential skills of hitting, pitching, fielding, base running, catching, and much more. Boys and girls ages 6 to 14 years old are welcome. The first pitch to Arias is down low, 1-0. Skill level does not matter. You'll play with everyone in your own age group. Camp cost is $100, and to register, contact the Quakes at their main number. 1-0 the count. The pitch to the plate. Swinging a high pop-up down the right field line off the bat of Arias. Valgarejo chasing, and we'll watch that one bounce back into the Quakes bullpen. The count is 1-1. To register for the 2004 Youth Baseball Clinic, call the Quakes at 909-481-5000. Again, 909-481-5000. And punch in extension 264 if you're calling after business hours. 1-1, 2 men out. Here's Arias. The pitch to the plate, low and in. 2 balls and a strike from Thompson. Nothing Port, last half of the 8th. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 men out. Runners from first and third. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball foul beyond the on-deck circle. That one will reach the outer vicinity of this ballpark. 2-2. Not a lot of foul room here at Billy Heber Field behind home plate. More foul room, I would say, down the line. 2-2 pitch. Reach for and tapped foul again. And the count 2-2. And barring any postseason or anything like that, this will be the Quakes' last time at Billy Heber Field. Next year when they come to Stockton, they will play the Port at Banner Island Ballpark on the Port of Stockton. Swinging a shot right off of Thompson into foul territory. Everybody's going to be safe. Thompson comes up limping. Coming in to score from third is Cleveland, and it's 8-0 Port. And to second base goes Ringy, and Arias has himself a single and an RBI, and that was a hard shot. Here comes Bobby Meacham and Armando Rivas, the trainer, to check on Thompson. That was a line shot, and it looked like it hit off of his, Thompson's pointing to his right ankle. Ouch. That ball, if it hit off of his ankle, my goodness, that's got to hurt because, well, anyway, any part of the leg that it hit off of, that ball shot off of his ankle. He did not absorb any bit of the blow, but it was hit off of his ankle, and it went a beeline back towards the on-deck circle. So Thompson takes one warm-up toss. He says he's fine. And that's it.
How about it for the board? Adam Baja.
8-0 now. Port's leading it. Here's Adam Fox. 2 men out. Away from second base is Ringy. Arias off the bag at first. Here's Thompson from the stretch. He throws. The pitch is swung on and hit high to left field. Straight away, Sugden back in the shadows. Now comes in and makes the catch. The inning is over. Port score 1 time on 2 hits, 2 walks, 2 men left on base. We head to the 9th. 8-0 Stockton.
Please leave a message.
Hi, Dad. It's me. Sorry you weren't home. I just wanted to let you know Mom and I are having a great time here in Laughlin, Nevada. We miss you a ton and can't wait to get home. But unfortunately, our tire busted. Yeah, our spare busted too. Simultaneously. What are the chances of that? And also, it snowed here. Yeah, it snowed like 5 feet, and all the roads are closed. I know you've heard it's the desert here, but it's one of those snowy deserts, not all beautiful and sunny like you've heard. So it looks like we'll have to stay for at least a couple more days. Don't worry, though. We'll keep playing the slots and water skiing and hiking and having dinner by the gorgeous river and going out dancing and stuff, if we have to. Okay, Dad. Bye-bye.
Young or old, there's a lot to do these days in Laughlin. So if you come, plan on staying a while. For more info, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
If your home team is hungry for a mealtime winner, there's nothing better than original Carl Budding. With 9 distinct flavors like smoked turkey, honey ham, and corned beef, we've got the taste and variety that never strikes out. Plus, we've got the convenience that keeps meal preparation time from going into extra innings. Look for original Carl Budding in 2.5-ounce, 8-ounce, and 1-pound sizes at your favorite grocer. That's Carl Budding, a real slice of life.
The new pitcher for Stockton is right-hander David Mazurek. Mazurek pitched on Friday night against the Quakes. 8-0 the score. The Ports leading it. Here's Jared Abruzzo from the left side of the plate. He takes down low. 1 ball, no strike. Abruzzo is 0 for 3. That was all against starter John Hudgens. And Hudgens is in line to pick up his second win of the year. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Abruzzo swings and pops it up on the infield. And Mazurek comes down. He gets out of the way. There, the first comes down, and he cannot hold on to the ball. He tries to backtrack and cannot come up with it. And that is an error.
Now batting Greg Porter.
So Abruzzo aboard on an error here in the top of the 9th inning. And Greg Porter will be the hitter. Porter doubled in the second, singled in the fourth. Porter's 2 for 3. Hodgins pitched the 7th, Russ the 8th, and now here's Mazurek in the 9th. Horse with the infield bat. Porter waits the pitch, check swing, and he is ruled to have gone around by the plate umpire, Will Robinson, and the count is 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch to the plate. Called strike on the outside, and the count is 0-2. The Quakes has not been shut out this year. We told you a couple of close calls, but they are on the verge of being shut out unless they can get something going here in the 9th. 8-0 Stockton. Now the breeze picking up and blowing across the field from left to right. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Porter, and it misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 8-0 Ports here in the 9th. Hudgens Mazurek bent over from the stretch. He throws the 1-2 pitch. Porter takes up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Two and 2. Nobody out. Hunter leads from first. The next pitch is down low. And that's blocked by Smith. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Porter doubled in the second, singled in the fourth. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. And the pitch to the plate. Porter swings and hits that one sharply, but foul down the third base line. It caroms off of the tarp and back into the field of play, into the corner. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Tomorrow for the Quakes. They'll send to the mound Stephen Shell. 3-2, nobody out. The pitch. Porter swings and bounces it to the backhand side of Shelley at third. He gets it. He gets up and throws Porter out at third. 1 away. What a play by Shelley, having to go to his backhand side and to a slide. Then he pivots, gets up, sets himself in, and throws. And Porter is out number 1. Abruzzo takes second base. Here's Ramsell Melgarejo. Walks in the second, slide to center in the fourth, struck out looking in the seventh. 1 man out. A look back at second. Here's the pitch. Melgarejo takes up high. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 man out here in the ninth. 8-0 Stockton. Missouri, 1 win, 1 loss, a 4.05 ERA. This is Missouri's 15th game. Next pitch, the strike to Melgarejo, 1-1. Missouri, 13 in the third innings pitched. Opponent hitting 184 against him. He's walked 4, struck out 9. 1-1 pitch up high. 2 balls and a strike. 8 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors for Stockton. No runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for the Quakes. A look back at second. The 2-1 pitch to the plate. Melgarejo swings and fouls it back. Off of the screen, and it ricochets off of the chain link fence and back into the Quakes dugout. 2-2. Quakes will take on Lancaster for 4 starting tomorrow. All 6:30 starts. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 man out. A look back at second. Here's the pitch by Missouri. Down low. 3-2. One man out. Away from second base is Abruzzo. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Melgarejo. Here's Missouri. He throws the pitch to the plate, swinging a broken back ground ball to third. Shelley scoops it up at the third base tag. His throw to first, not in time, and Melgarejo is on with a hit. Here's Jason Sugden. Sixth hit of the night for the Quakes. Here's Sugden. First pitch is outside, 1-0. Nothing Stockton here in the top half of the ninth inning. Here's the pitch. Sugden swings and hits a chopper to third. Shelley fields. He goes to second for 1. Ringy back to first. Wild throw. It gets past Gold. Moving over to third base and stopping there is Abruzzo. Abruzzo, I should say, Melgarejo didn't slide at second base. And Ringy had to kind of throw around him. Sugden aboard on a fielder's choice that goes 5-4. 2 men out. At third base is Abruzzo. Sugden at first. Here's B.J. Weed. And the Quakes' last chance in this game. Weed had a single in the 8th. And at the time, it's the first Quakes hit since the 4th. 2 men out. B.J. Weed, 1 for 3 today. Now back from the left side of the plate. Runners from the corners. Here's the pitch. Weed swings and drives this one center field. Webster's going back. He has a beat on it. Reaches up. He makes the catch. The ball game is over. and the Quakes have been swept. The Stockton Ports have pulled off franchise win number 4,000, and they are the quickest California League franchise to accomplish that feat. They shut out the Quakes 8-0 and sweep the Quakes this weekend, who dropped to 1-5 in their first 6 games on this road trip. And the Quakes will load up the bus in just a little bit to head on down to Lancaster tonight. 8-0 the win. John Hodgins does the job today, and it's the first time the Quakes have been shut out this season. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with the totals for you right after this.
Galliano Winery, located at 4231 Wineville Road in Mira Loma. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines, as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376 or stop by Monday through Saturday 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Once again, call 909-685-5376. You know the goal of baseball is to get home quickly. The last thing you want to see is some player lollygagging around third when there's going to be a close play at the plate. Well, Farmer John feels the same way about ham, bacon, sausage, and hot dogs. You know all Farmer John products are made fresh right here in the Southland. That way they get home as quickly as possible, and it's just a short slide into the plate. That's your plate at home, not home plate. Get fresh. Get Farmer John.
All the totals in today's ball game for the Stockton Ports to win it. They sweep the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, and it's their 4,000th franchise victory. The Stockton Ports improved to 20-24 on the year. They have 8 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors, and they stranded 6 runners on base. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes drop it. They've lost now 5 in a row. They're at 19-23 on the season. For the Quakes, no runs, 6 hits, 2 errors. They left 9 men on base. The winning pitcher today was John Hodgins, and he improves to 2-0 on the season. Joe Saunders takes the loss. He drops to 4-5. Home runs on the afternoon, and they came off the bats of the Stockton Ports. Home runs on the day. Nate Gold hit a solo shot in the 4th inning, and for Gold, that was his 6th of the year. Adam Fox homered as well for the Ports, and Adam Fox hit his 3rd of the year, a 2-run home run in the 7th inning. Time of today's ball game, 2 hours, 33 minutes in front of a crowd of 1,123. Now for my engineer in the studio, John Souter, this is Jason Anafoyan inviting you to stay tuned next for the Yellow Book USA postgame show. Again, the final score, the Stockton Ports 8. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, nothing. The postgame show is next.
Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball has been brought to you by Vineyard Bank, Pepsi, Laughlin Convention and Visitors Bureau, Allstate Insurance, McDonald's, Galliano Winery, California Department of Conservation, Red Roof Inn, Fast Frame, Southern California Housing, and by Yellow Book USA. KWRM 1370 is the radio home to the California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. This is Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball. The Yellow Book USA postgame show is next. You know the goal of baseball is to get home quickly. The last thing you want to see is some player lollygagging around third when there's going to be a close play at the plate. Well, Farmer John feels the same way about ham, bacon, sausage, and hot dogs. You know all Farmer John products are made fresh right here in the Southland. That way they get home as quickly as possible, and it's just a short slide into the plate. That's your plate at home, not home plate. Get fresh. Get Farmer John. Welcome to the Yellow Book USA postgame show. Look your information up in the Yellow Book, not the other book. This is Quakes Baseball.
Well, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes today lost their 5th in a row and their 3rd here to Stockton. They have been swept by the Ports over the weekend. The Quakes won the first game of the road trip, but have lost the next 5 since. And it's a ball club that is reeling right now. 8-0, the Ports win it. And it was a pitching performance by John Hodgins. And he came into the ball game with a record of 1-0. And this is a guy that's a very highly touted prospect in the Rangers organization. Pitched at Stanford last year at the ball club that made it to the College World Series championship round against Rice. And he was the College World Series most outstanding player based on his 3-0 record there. He shut his season down last season after pitching 167 1/3 innings on the year for Stanford. So he shut his year down after pitching just 2 innings with Clinton last August. And for Hudgens, he is coming off strong. He's 9th in the league in pitching, and today he continued on that path. He'll probably climb that ladder a little bit with a shutout performance. On the afternoon, John Hodgins, for 7 innings, shut out the Quakes. The Quakes suffered their first shutout of the year, but a 7-inning performance by Hodgins, and he struck out 6. He walked 2 and allowed just 4 hits. The Quakes got a hit off of him in the 4th inning, and that would be the last time they would be able to even get a base runner on against Hodgins. Meanwhile, the Stockton Ports jumped to a 1-0 lead on Joe Saunders in the bottom of the 1st inning. A double by Vince Sinisi. He scored Adam Fox on the play, and that gave the Stockton Ports a lead of 1-0. In the bottom half of the 4th inning, with the Quakes trailing 1-0, Nate Gold led off with a solo home run for Stockton off of Joe Saunders to make it 2-0. 1 out later, Jeremy Cleveland singled to left. Dustin Smith then walked, putting runners at 1st and 2nd, and then Randall Shelley came up and he singled to left center field. Shelley moved to second base because the ball got past Reggie Willis in the outfield for an error, and it went under his glove. And coming around to score on the play, Cleveland, that was 1 RBI to Shelley, but Dustin Smith, the runner at first, would score on the air, and that was later proved to be an unearned run. Smith scored to make it a lead of 4-0. Then up to the plate 1 out later with 2 outs now, and the bases, and with a runner at second base, Joaquin Arias hit a ground ball to Ibar short that he fielded, and he threw simply low past Abruzzo at first for an error on Ibar. That scored the 4th run of the inning. The Ports led 5-0. The Quakes committed 2 errors today and 9 errors total this weekend. 2 on Friday, 5 on Saturday, and 2 tonight. And the Ports scored 4 times in the inning. Only 2 of those were earned runs. And the book on Saunders, he went 5 innings today, gave up 5 2/3 innings. He gave up 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, walked 3, and struck out 3. And he left the ball game with the Quakes trailing 5-0. It did not get any better in the 7th inning with 1 out. Joaquin Arias singled down the left field line, and then Adam Fox drilled a 2-run home run over the left field wall off of David Austin to make it 7-0. The Ports would add 1 more run in the 8th inning with runners at 1st and 3rd and 2-man out. Joaquin Arias again hit a sharp infield single off of the ankle, the right ankle of reliever Rich Thompson. That scored another run to make it 8-0, and the Quakes could not score in the 9th. They suffered their first shutout of the season. So the Ports win it 8-0 over the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Hodgins picked up the win, and Saunders took the loss for the Quakes. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with one final segment on the Yellow Book USA postgame show right after this.
It's a whole new ballgame. Quakes baseball. Family fun and so much more. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The excitement you've been looking for. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes.
Individual Tickets for July 3rd go on sale Monday, May 3rd. Ticket prices for this game are $2 more per ticket than regular ticket prices. And following the game is the Independence Day post-game fireworks show sponsored by Dig Alert. Remember, tickets for the July 3rd game go on sale on May 3rd.
Family fun and so much more. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The excitement you've been looking for. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. It's a home run.
First pitch tomorrow at 6:35. We'll be on the air at 6:30 with the ball game for you straight up from Lancaster. The Quakes will take on the Lancaster Jethawks at hitter-friendly ballpark, the Hangar in Lancaster, and the Quakes will look to snap this 5-game losing streak. So on the afternoon, not a very good one for the Quakes. They lose at 8-0 to the Stockton Forts here. They get on a bus. They'll head to Lancaster. That's where we'll greet you next. And first pitch coming your way at approximately 6:35 tomorrow. We'll be on the air at 6:30, and the pitching matchup will be Stephen Shell against Bass of Lancaster tomorrow night from the Hangar. That's going to do it from here. For my engineer in the studio tonight, John Souter, this is Jason Anaforian wishing you a very pleasant good evening. One final time, the Quakes' final time at the historic Billy Hebert Field. This ballpark will be empty next year as the Stockton Forts will move into their beautiful new downtown ballpark, Banner Island Ballpark, located on the port of Stockton in downtown. And we look forward to visiting that park next year as the Quakes will take on the Ports. That's the next time they'll face each other. These teams are done seeing each other, at least in Stockton. The Ports will visit Rancho Cucamonga in July for a 3-game series. So the Quakes now 1-5 on this 6-game road trip. It has 4 games left in Lancaster. They get swept this weekend for the first time since Lancaster did it to them at home in April, and they suffered their first shutout loss of the year. Again, the final score: the Ports 8, the Quakes nothing. This is Jason Anaforian. Good night from Stockton.
You've been listening to the Yellow Book USA postgame show. Look your information up in the Yellow Book, not the other book. KWRM 1370 is the radio home to the California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. This has been Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball.